once you're resonating at a whole frequency, a frequency that you feel whole in, your environment will start to change and shift, so you will live in an environment that's whole and complete for you. Or once you understand the underlying reason on why you want to manifest whatever you want to manifest, I think you have a better understanding of manifestation. And I know it sounds like a circular, equation, but think of it this way. People always go, I want to manifest X, whatever X is. Usually it's money, right? Or a love affair, or whatever it is, love. But then why are they wanting money? Why are they wanting, love? Usually that they want to solve a problem, that they have an underlying problem that, by the way, won't be solved by that manifestation. So in their mind, they have decided from whatever, background research that they've done, or just, through learning, that if I do X, Y will happen for me. But that's why manifestation doesn't really work out well. Even if they did manifest, even if they successfully manifested what they did. This is where there's a lot of wealthy people who aren't happy, because they go, well, if I make X amount of money, then I'll be happy. I mean, look at Jeff Bezos. He's making billions and billions and maybe more billions of dollars than ever before. But I look at him and I can scan him, and he's not a happy person. He's not a happy person at all. Look at Bill Gates and look at Elon Musk. Again, I'm not knocking any of these guys down. Highly intelligent individuals. Most people would love to have their lives, or even, the beautiful movie stars that are out there, right? They manifested what everybody wants, but then why aren't they happy? If they're not happy, do you think that will make you happy? Probably not. So again, you have to understand the first step is, why are you wanting to manifest what you want to manifest? That's the number one step. Okay.
So is manifestation then, and your desire to want to, again, have that thing and make that thing become a reality, is it driven by greed? Is it driven by a negative energy, and that we have to better understand the driving force behind our need for that thing?
Right. You have to understand the underlying need and why you want to manifest that. So most people manifest, whether it's through greed or whatever else, through greed or through giving yourself away, or, selling yourself, or sacrificing yourself, or however that is. Those are vehicles to manifestation, okay? But again, you have to understand the underlying reason on why you want to, say, get or, accumulate what you want. And it's usually a physical instance of what you want. Even like, I want more mental stability, or I want a higher connection to, say, a God source out there. Again, that's a physical manifestation. So usually why people want to manifest, from what I've seen, again, working on hundreds of thousands of people, one-on-one sessions, by the way, is that they want to fulfill an inner need that cannot be fulfilled with physical abundance. So, and that's really the key.
So Mas, when we talk about manifestation, often what we hear is, just do some affirmations and positive thinking, and then you'll be able to manifest and attract. It's like the law of attraction. And so is all of that real, or does XI see it a different way?
No, XI sees it very, very differently. Does that stuff work? Yes, it does work. Will it help you, will it help you fulfill your inner desire on why you want to manifest? No, it won't. It doesn't work. Again, that's why I say that successful individuals, people who have become very successful, they're still carrying the distortions of, or they're still carrying the lack that they created that manifestation for. If that makes sense to you. People manifest, again, because there's an inner need that's, say, not nourished. So, and then they think that manifestation of whatever it is going to nourish that need. What XI says is literally, let's nourish that need now. Okay? And then you'll manifest the same thing. But when you do manifest, that manifestation becomes a reflection of you, and you become whole and complete. When you manifest the other way, like most people do, right? That hole or that void that you're trying to fill actually becomes bigger and bigger. And then you'll need more manifestation. You'll need more. This is where, again, Jeff Bezos, you're like, gosh, $1 billion isn't enough. I need more. This is where all those individuals, they need more control. They need more lovers. They need 10 spouses. They need more cars. They need more paintings. They need more whatever. They need more knowledge. They need more prizes and, this and this and this and this, because the more you manifest in that way, in the old method, the more that you'll see that there's still a big void in you. And again, this is the number one reason why very successful individuals come to me and go, Mas, I've got enough money that I can buy anything that I need to or want to. But again, it's not fulfilling me. I feel empty and I'm not happy.
And I think that's exactly what a lot of people struggle with, right? They see what other people have.
Right.
And so it's driven by, I want the thing that other people have.
Right.
So if that's true and you want the thing that other people have, what does that say about the void inside of yourself?
Absolutely.
And you want that thing.
Right.
The underlying reason why you want that thing, it sounds like to me, Mas, you're saying that you have to understand the underlying reason why first. If you solve that and you determine that your reasoning is good and solid, and maybe I'll just stop there and ask you, how do we know if the reasoning is good and solid so that we can manifest that thing we want? Let's just say money, for example.
Absolutely.
Example.
Yeah.
I want money. I want to manifest more money in my life. If I analyze through the work of XI and I analyze the reason why I want the money, and maybe I go 7 layers deep, why, and get to the crux of it. And how do I know whether the reasoning is a solid reason for wanting to manifest more money?
That's a really good question, but I'm gonna answer that because you said something really, really important before. So just hold on to that thought. We'll just pin it right here. Okay.
Got it.
We'll hold on to that thought. What the really interesting comment that you made, and this is the social media issue that we have, is that people see other people happy. They have that one instant snapshot where it could have probably taken that person at least like an hour, especially like on the influencers and so on, to have that perfect shot where they'll post, on their social media page, and it's like, wow, that person looks perfect. Or somebody's showing off a watch, like Grant Cardone, he always shows, I've got this biggest watch. The point is that people aren't wanting that watch. People aren't wanting that thing. People are wanting the underlying value of what that thing can bring them. That even
Status.
so that
Status.
Well, it's not the status. It's actually the fulfillment or the completeness. Because when they look at somebody that's happy with that jewelry or bag or watch or whatever it is, they'll look at them and go, wow, they look really, really happy and they look like they have a complete life. That's what I want. Media does that. Coca-Cola or Pepsi, they don't sell the drink. They sell the possibilities of you being cool and being happy. Does that make sense? Jeans, they don't sell you the fabric or any product that you go, that you see advertised. They don't sell you like, this is really good material and it's going to last you. It's like, no, you wear these jeans, you're going to get a date. You're going to get that possibility. So that's that void that everybody is trying to fill. And that's what I'm saying. You won't get that void filled by just manifesting or trying to manifest or use affirmations or anything like that. It's not going to fulfill you.
You really have to understand who you are, and then, like you said, reach your limitless self and reach your limitless potential, and maybe focusing our energy into that first is the best course to take, rather than focusing our attention on the things I want. I want to manifest. I need money. I want cars. I want jewelry, etc.
Absolutely. So again, the key is to complete yourself first. And then you ask that question, and it's like, well, how do we know that we've completed ourselves to a point that we can manifest or start our affirmations? Well, in reality, again, and according to, say, what Albert Einstein was talking about, is that once you're resonating at a whole a frequency that you feel whole in, your environment will start to change and shift, so you will live in an environment that's whole and complete for you. Now, if that means that you need, say, a partner, a happy, a partner that makes you happy, you're going to attract a partner that makes you happy without literally manifesting that or without putting focus on it. If you need more money, again, because you're whole and you're resonating at a whole frequency, you will start to gravitate towards those things that will make you enough money. Again, the key is to complete that void, feel completely whole. That's your number one objective if you want to start manifesting the proper way and be happy about it. And then naturally you will gravitate to something that'll make you whole. But then the cool thing, and this is where you can use affirmations to direct you. Now you've got the ball rolling. Now you've got your vehicle rolling. You've got the momentum of your higher self going, hey, you know what? We can't be in lack anymore. We can't be in a space that is not good for us. We can't be, starving. We can't be where I can't take vacations, or we can't be where I can't be healthy, or, I can't spend time with my loved ones and so on. That possibility is covered for you because you're fulfilling your own natural need of being whole. And those are all the things that are needed to be whole. So again, you've got the momentum of your higher self moving you forward. The next thing that you do is like turn the steering wheel a little bit, right? Because you're gonna manifest no matter whether you like it or not. Okay, you're gonna start manifesting things. But now you can use affirmations or whatever to start manifesting a little more specifically to what you want, right? So say, for example, you're hungry for food, right? This manifestation power deep within you, this completeness, is going to go, hey, I'm going to show you the closest route to that grocery store. And then it takes you into the grocery store, but then you use affirmations in a very, very different way. You're in the grocery store, it's like, well, what are you going to pick?
Right.
So
what
that's the difference.
What's fantastic about this is that if we focus initially, if you were like, oh, I want to manifest all these things in my life,
right.
Focus on becoming a whole person first. And become whole in many ways. What I'm hearing you say is that the manifestation part of it will either happen naturally, happen organically, and it's not even necessarily a thing that you have. It almost makes manifestation almost obsolete because it
Absolutely.
starts to happen more naturally and organically. Is that right?
Absolutely. And you get into situations, or you'll attract situations or people or places or things or experiences that you want that are way beyond your concepts of what could be for you. And it's the most beautiful thing ever, because a lot of people can't even fathom some of the fantastic possibilities that they have in store for you that you don't even know about because of your limited perspective, because you're seeing yourself from a very limited view. The biggest question for people to understand is like, well, how do you get whole? Because you got to be whole. Again, the wholeness comes from and this is where people do the 18-day hyper meditations that we do, or the private sessions or some of the other events that we do online to get you whole. This isn't about, doing psychology or anything like that. It's all about frequencies. It's about, again, recreating or re-rendering yourself as a whole individual. Okay? So again, what does that mean to you? It means that you let go of your parents' patterns, whatever genetic patterns or mutations that you've rendered, that no matter what you do, you feel like, say, your mom all the time, right? You'll never feel whole no matter what you do in that case, right? Or say you've grown up, in an abusive pattern. So now you're running an abusive program, which means that your abundance or whatever you manifest will have ingredients of abuse. So when I say talking about being whole, it's like you've purified your frequencies of those distortions, and you are at the highest possibility of who you could be. The only way you can do that is becoming exponentially intelligent. It's not psychology. Psychology will only take you so far. Okay? This is literally about you understanding who you are as a human. So once you feel that completeness, and it doesn't take long with XI, or what we do in the 18 days or anything like that, 18-day hyper meditations. Once you understand that, the wholeness that you are in on the inside again pours in for you on the outside, and it's an amazing feeling that and when you're in that state, you don't need a lot to complete yourself, but you have the opportunity to have a lot, and that's really the coolness about that.
Yeah, I love that. It's interesting because starting this conversation, I didn't know where this was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you might have some tactics to help people manifest certain things in their lives. It turns out that it's really not about manifesting at all initially. It's
No.
really about becoming a whole person and
Right.
working on yourself to reach your limitless self. First, focus on that, and then things will start to naturally fall into place over the
Yes.
course of time. But it starts at that level of becoming who and understanding who you are.
For most people, that's all that's needed, and then your natural element will show through. Now, we do have courses, and we do special business courses and so on for like high-level CEOs, athletes and so on that want to say form or go beyond, say, your natural state of being abundant. And really designing that. So we do have courses for like XI goal setting, which is totally different. But again, you have to be at a level where you can actually manifest at a certain level. The way most people, and here's the difference too between XI manifestation and any other manifestation. When you talk about affirmations or goal setting and go, I want that. What do most people do? And here's what most people do. They'll go, okay, what do I have to give up? What do I have to sacrifice? What do I have to do to get that? And usually what you have to do is give up, and you have to sacrifice, and you have to control. Does that make sense to you? So, and then what people want, whatever they're affirming for, is that they want, say, freedom, they want money, they want all that. So if your equation is, I have to sacrifice, I have to be in lack so I can reach for something that's going to free me, that puts you into, again, a downward spiral for you. Because in your consciousness, especially if you succeed in this manner, and you see many people do that, by the way, you succeed, and then that equation becomes real for you. And that equation is, oh wow, so I got to this point by sacrificing and giving up whatever I needed and being in lack. Does that make sense? So that equation is true for you now. So it's like, I want to manifest more. So basically you're going, well, I want to give more of myself. I want to sacrifice more of myself. And that's why you get down to keep going in a downward spiral. And by the way, like I said, if you don't have that value or feel whole, whatever you manifest will make you feel less valuable. So
yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. Mas, last question I have is specific to young people.
Yes.
And it does come back to what you said about the social media and how we see all these images of what everyone else has. So what advice do you have for young people who are wanting to have those things? And maybe they're not using the word manifest, but they want those things in life. What can they do even at an early age if they're not really maybe cognizant of XI and the work that you do yet?
Right. Well, interestingly enough, these next few weeks on Moss on Sunday, we're going to be focusing just on young individuals. So again, if you haven't had time, take a look at mossajati.live, and it'll be focused on young people, this time around. But for young individuals, you said that, because of technology and so on like that, I actually see it a little different because of the consciousness that's changing. The people, the new generation that's coming up are already geared for what I'm talking about. Literally. So you're starting to see two schools of individuals. People, those kids that want to have, they want to have, that's the old paradigm. They're super accelerated into having more and more and more and more because again, they're magnifying the past generation. Okay. Now there's this other half that look at more value. And this is where they're starting to look at life. They're starting to look at, say, religions. They're starting to look at the ways of their parents. And they're starting to go, there's no value in that. You didn't get any value, mom and dad. Why am I following your footsteps? These types of individuals are wanting both. They want self-actualization and the abundance of this reality. So this is the new youth that exponential intelligence is actually perfect for. Again, being self-actualized, this is bottom line, this is what happens. What I'm saying is like self-actualize. Most people want something so they can feel self-actualized because your only goal in life is to be self-actualized. Okay? So you think money is going to self-actualize you. It's not. The new generation is going, that's not working out. I've seen hundreds and millions of cases. I've studied history books, or we've studied history books, and it's like it hasn't proven that works, that type of reality works. No, I want to self-actualize as I make money. I want to self-actualize as I have fun. I want to self-actualize as I, go about the world and experience the world. That's really the key. That's the key point that's missing. So this new generation that's coming, they're going to have the merging of the both. And that's what, XI literally really teaches is like, how can you have it all? And that's what it is. You can have it all if you are self-actualized or whole.
That's amazing, Moss. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think that, you're right. There's two different camps. So to see that definitely even online, you can see there's two different camps of young people. And
Yep.
The one camp is definitely more aligned naturally to the work that you're doing with XI. So maybe as a follow-up to that would be, how could someone get in touch with you, or where would you direct them to if they want to learn more about this idea of becoming whole first before they start focusing on manifestation?
The first place, again, there's a lot of free content on exponential intelligence. You can go to the XI podcast that you're listening to. That's all free. There's a lot of great content. A lot of people that are in that mode or in that tune, they naturally gravitate. And once they hear the concepts of exponential intelligence, they go, shit, that's what I've been thinking all my life. This guy's just stating it. So again, it really resonates for people. You can go to masajati.live. It's a YouTube channel. It's life explained. It explains why life is the way it is, and then solutions on how to change it the proper way for you. So those are the two best ways. And then you can always go to the website masajati.com for deeper products like the 18-day hyper meditations that can transform your life in 18 days, and some of the other special high-end events that we do.
Okay. Thank you so much, Moss. This
You're
has
so
been
welcome.
great.
Thank you.